have to download that software and everything. Let me play some shit, man.
Oh yeah. Hockey weekend. The Swelly podcast. Okay. Welcome back to the SWELLY podcast, man.
TikTok's finest.
It's the one and only ZIGGY_the album on all social media platforms. They go by, they call me certified pod boy, the pod father, you feel me? And to my right, we got the one and only at the belly of the grove, man. We got the one and only Swelly. And to his right, we got the Izza, the Jizza, the big talk shitter. We got the Wizard. And behind the camera, as always, man, we got B-Will shooting like Lou Will, man. And together as a collective, we are the Swelly podcast. Bringing you Dallas' most dangerous content. Bringing you that shit. Bringing you songs from TikTok that you vibe to. You feel me, man?
That song's short as hell.
It is, man. Hey, man, but the love is on 1,000, man. The love is on 1,000 and the injuries.
Not injury report.
I'm injured.
Football Sunday.
The love is on 1,000. That's the other. When I say love is on 1,000 and the energy is on 1,000,000. That's what it is, man. Welcome to another episode of the amazing Swelly podcast.
You need cue cards for your intros?
I don't need cue cards for my intros, man. This shit just flow like water. Sometimes I switch that hoe up sometimes, so I was fucking up, man.
Can I keep playing music?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a 10-year-old me still like fussing. 325 on the dashboard. Riding the Porsche, rocking Tom Ford. I bought out Bernie's new t-shirt. I took it to the New York store. She lit while I'm driving, I'm standing in the floor. I took it on track, now I'm riding this sport. You stay in your feelings, you never mind.
Fuck it, I'm gonna show everybody love.
Oh, everybody, it's a lot of music that dropped.
I'm showing everybody love. You know if you don't play it longer than 30 seconds, you're good.
Yeah. Copyright.
It just came out.
It just came out.
Who is this?
Dirkio Smirkio.
This is a single.
For your mans, you in the club like he ain't dead. Nike ski mask for the COVID, the only time you niggas wear. Niggas ran inside my crib with the Block 10.
Oh, Block. Better have that thing going.
You want to slide on niggas, man.
I lost bro, I can't be happy till we
I ain't even the murder.
I'm just playing one
But
more.
if I was to murder somebody, I would listen to that.
Nah, I'm good. It sound like some Metal Gear ass shit.
So who?
Some Metal Gear
Man,
ass
you're
shit.
solid, like
Like, boy, you finna go into challenge. Play one of them Mac Millers. Who was jam?
From Faces.
Yeah.
Dante said he don't really like posthumous albums.
I don't. But they say that's an old mixtape or some shit.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't like them albums, man. I feel like when nigga dead, you let them die, man. Well, you get one more off of them because they probably was working on some shit.
I wish they did Pop Smoke like that. They done ran through all his motherfucking material.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
His shit, he don't have no more music. He don't have
like,
no more.
I was like, damn.
All the
like that.
features after he passed away, I said, God damn.
Like I don't mind when you like pass away and they use an old feature that nobody heard on somebody else shit. That's cool, but like a whole album, like that's like the rap label. Like we gonna get all the money we can get out this nigga.
Yeah, no, that's what
ultimately.
the labels do.
I don't like that shit.
That's what the labels do.
Maybe don't even want to listen to the shit. Like the
Rap
second,
labels are not for the artists.
the second what Pop Smoke album, I didn't even listen to that one.
I didn't.
I haven't heard it either yet.
But that first motherfucker, that hoe was good.
There's a lot of music came out this weekend, man. What y'all been listening to? What's been y'all favorite so far and everything that came out?
I've been fucking with that
to
loop.
Title.
I've been looking at that loop. I think Zach sent me that loop pack.
Okay, so Luke on Dreamville.
Yeah,
What's
fuck
the name?
that.
The name of that album is Goldmouth.
Yeah, I like that
Goldmouth.
shit.
So in the last 2 weeks, a lot of music came out. So Expensive Pain by Meek Mill came out. Life of a Don by Don Toliver came out.
That's been getting some jams.
Goldmouth by Luke came out. Punk by Thugger came out. My little brother's a big Thugger fan, so I have to listen to that. Faces by Mac Miller came out. So Icy Boys, Gucci Mane's label came out. So it's a lot of
What else I've been listening to? I've listened to that, I don't think it was last week, but Mozzie shit, I still jam his shit.
Yeah.
Mozzie came out like 2 weeks ago or some shit.
Okay.
I liked a couple songs. I mean, I only always like a couple songs off his joints anyway. Trippie Redd. Like, I'm not just big, but he got some songs. Now, y'all tell me this. Play this joint and see how it make it percolate.
We can turn into the music podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, just for the first 10 minutes.
What we got?
That nigga B-Walk sending requests in after the intro.
Shake it up, because that hoe had me in my car ready. Hey.
Hey, you shaking it?
Nope. Nope.
You shaking it up.
I wasn't in my motherfucking seat.
How you shake it up? Like that?
And not like that.
B-Walk driving. Oh, this shit got me percolating.
I've been
Shake it up.
Who the artist?
Trippie Redd.
Okay. Somebody else say Very. It's not B-Walk song of the week, but he gonna make us listen to a song that he jamming to.
It's just when I heard, I was like, okay, I can play this.
Let's see if I'm gonna shake it up.
You got like
the song got to come in hard with this long ass intro.
They got bass in it. They got bass.
20 seconds in.
Columbine, rubber fire. Baby, shake that ass, shake that pumpkin pie. Twin sisters side by side.
I don't know, B-Walk.
Side by side, twin sisters side by side.
Man, hell no, he talking about shake that ass, shake that pumpkin pie.
My nigga, damn.
Shake that pumpkin pie. Call them by rubber thigh. Hell no. Hell no. Tripping.
Here on the Swelly podcast, we only respect real bars.
Twin sisters side by side. Shake it side by side.
I didn't say this was a
Twin sisters side by side. Shake it side by side. Twin sisters side by side. Oh, baby, what you mean? No, he said this shit like sick. Look, no bullshit.
He become the
twin sisters side by side, shake it side by side. Twin sisters side by side, shake it side by side. Twin sisters side by side. Oh, baby, what you mean?
Chorus.
Go shake that ass.
Oh, I get into the deep side of it. What about all your bitch? I'm like, whoa, who knows? Drop that ass, baby, not too low.
I know damn well niggas ain't going through them cold like that. Nigga just boy.
This shit trash.
Side by side.
Look, and then I went to the next verse. Twin sisters side by side, shake it side by side. Call her by thigh, rubber thigh, shake it by.
I never said this was an album.
That nigga said shake that pumpkin pie.
You damn right. Man. Keep it in context with this month.
Dom Kennedy dropped. Dom Kennedy dropped. From
haven't gave that any listen.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
I ain't gonna lie, we done ruined that song for B-Walk. He don't want to hear that shit no more. He gonna get in the car. You ain't gonna play that shit no more.
You says who?
All right, I'm gonna see if you listen to that shit next week.
Boy, Stone Cold middle finger, both y'all niggas. Boy, Pumpkin Pie gonna get played, nigga.
Nah, you ain't
gonna.
Yeah,
man, it's a lot of music out there. If you haven't heard that music, man, make sure you go tap in, man. I had a question for y'all before we even get started.
I may have an answer for you.
What's up?
All right, so when you be with your girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the young
hypothetically,
or the young lady that you be with for B-Walk, and she leave you, right?
Yeah.
Say she go back to her house, or just she gone for maybe 30 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she say, "Baby, I miss you."
Oh, I got an answer for your ass.
She been gone for 30 minutes, B-Will. 30 goddamn minutes. And she say, "Baby, I miss you."
See, mine don't do that. Mine do something else.
Now. I got a question. You know damn well in your heart you don't miss her yet.
You don't.
You don't miss her. What do you lie?
Got to.
Definitely got to. She gonna be mad, dog. Definitely got to. My girl don't do that shit though. She leave me alone when she gone.
Nah. See, my girl do this. Like I leave the house, right? Like
I don't miss you.
Look, I'm going to work.
I'm sorry. I don't miss you.
Not yet.
But I don't miss you.
I still can see you like vividly in my mind right now.
You were just sitting next to me 10 minutes ago. I don't miss you.
Oh, I know you.
I love you, but I don't miss you.
All right, so
I don't.
Let me tell you what my girl do. Let me tell you
what you do, B-Walk?
I shoot that kite down.
You say no?
I be like, I was just with you.
Oh,
like,
see, I lie. I ain't going.
See, yeah,
this nigga's a gangster. I'm not
that's
doing
why
that.
where he's at.
I'm not doing that.
That's why my boy single like a Pringle. He ain't worried about that shit.
Niggas get caught up in this line shit. Like, bro, what the fuck?
It ain't
It ain't that type of lie though. It's a little white lie.
Hey, fam.
It ain't even too much. It ain't that deep.
It ain't that type of. It's not a lie though.
If motherfuckers want transparency, let's be transparent.
I think what you do is if you tell her I don't miss you, you make her start. You make her be like hard towards you.
But the thing is, if you get to the point where you even miss me, we've already had that conversation about how I interact with people, how money people have come in and out of my life. So I've grown that detachment from not missing folks. Like I got people locked up now that I don't miss. If I just see you.
Damn, B-Walk, you going somewhere else.
Again.
That nigga B-Walk, these niggas locked up 30 years. Fuck them niggas.
That's what you replied to her when she said she miss you?
No.
I miss you, nigga. I ain't seen 30 years. I don't miss.
All right, for the audience here, with somebody, you spending time with somebody, I have conversations about dislikes, likes, things like that.
Okay.
That's a conversation that I have about I need space alone because I don't actively miss a lot of people. Like,
so you ain't never missed me, is what you're telling me.
That's not true. You've never gone nowhere for me to miss you. You always been in a way I can get. You've always been an attainable person where I can call or go over. So what am I to miss?
I miss you sometimes. If I ain't seen you in a week or two, maybe I'm like, I miss my nigga.
But then pick up the phone. Like, what's getting in the way of you missing me?
B-Walk too hard.
Now, the person that we had going away party for, that's I'm gonna miss. Because at the same time, that phone call is not going to be the same with me being able to tangibly get to you. You being around my space the last 30 minutes, bro, get out my face.
Wait, that's what you tell her?
No, I don't.
So what do you say? She says she misses you and she been gone 30 minutes.
Oh, that's cute. What you do while you was gone?
Ooh, this nigga B Walker's
It's a tough cookie.
He run a tight ship over there. Why the fuck you miss me? Just pick up the phone and call me.
Hey, fam, I don't like small
She
talk.
like, I'm calling you.
$100,000 alpaca. You block that shit.
His girl said, I called you because I miss you. I ain't been gone long enough for you to miss me. I need time alone.
You don't miss me. And you better not miss me. What's wrong with you?
But my girl, she don't really say she missed me, but like I leave the house and get in the car. Let's say I'm going to like watch the Cowboy game and show shit. 30-minute drive, she called me 15 minutes into it. Just talk.
What you doing?
No, not even what you doing. Just having a conversation. Like Bruton did this. Pleasant did this. I be like,
yeah, I like small talk.
I do. I like it. I'm growing to love it. I'm starting to love it more. At first, I didn't like that shit.
It's crazy because small talk is like my default setting. Like when I get like,
that's cruise control.
No, small talk for me is like that shit like breathing. It's so secondary for me. So like when I'm out and about, like if I see people with neighbors, I can have small talk all day long. Like, and when I say small talk, I just mean like I can strike up a conversation. And you know, if we get to some deep shit, cool. But if not, like small talk is a default set to me. So if I ever feel uncomfortable anywhere, I'm going to that small talk bag.
I mean, I
swear I do. I just can't help it. But like with my girl, like we'll have small talk. But a lot of times, like I've learned in a relationship, you have to get comfortable with silence.
Yeah.
You don't always have to be talking about some shit or having these earth-shattering conversations.
Nah, fair.
You do not. A lot of times niggas feel like in your relationship, you always got to be uncovering some dark, covered like feeling or emotion. You don't.
You gonna run out of shit to talk about.
You are.
Nah,
you are.
Yeah.
So you got to be comfortable. If you get with somebody and y'all not comfortable being in silence, y'all don't need to be together.
And that's a conversation I do bring up too.
I feel that shit.
Like that's something. Are you cool with being in silence? Because if you always like you put it on Instagram, like people always gotta be
overstimulated.
Like bro, sit still, be quiet.
Like my mama say, sometimes you got to sit your ass down.
Dead ass.
Yeah, and I feel like,
and that's figuratively speaking.
and that'd be cool. Like when y'all had your moments, like we be on the game, she be watching TV on whatever she doing on
YouTube
Snapchat,
tutorials.
whatever she watching some shit.
Yeah.
At the end of our sessions alone, we come back like she like. Guess what? She start talking about the shit. She was like, I was trying to tell her what we talk about on the PlayStation, but she don't be giving them. Hold on. Before we can move in, I'm gonna let the world know. My nigga Ziggy is the spelling bee champion, bro. We had a spelling bee contest playing on 2K yesterday, like 3 days ago.
Oh, I'll dust his ass.
All right, hold on. I got my words listed up. See, that was a trap. I knew it. I had it ready there already.
Hold on, man.
So no bullshit. Zach can spell like a bitch, bro.
I can spell, man.
But I couldn't see him, so he could have been.
That's
Googling.
what I'm saying.
He could have been Googling.
Bro,
That nigga had the Google right there in front of him the whole time.
Why I can't spell?
Keeping it real, bro. That is a lost art. Niggas don't know how to spell for shit.
Niggas can't spell no more.
Boy, folks can't spell for shit.
Like your phone has the phone, the computer. We don't have to spell.
We
shit
become
no
so
more.
lazy from technology. It's ridiculous.
But
Bro, it took me the longest to figure out how to spell restaurant.
Okay, but these the words that we spelling. We wasn't spelling like hard as like
Yeah,
words.
it was words you use
Like
every day.
common words. So I got you, B-Walk. Hold on. All right, here we go. B-Walk.
Welcome to the Swelly Podcast Spelling Bee Competition.
And if you a listener and you think you can spell, don't cheat. Just spell that shit with us.
Yeah.
we gonna have a word right at the bottom.
Yeah, put the word right here.
Put the word at the bottom.
Put the word right here. And then put us spelling it. We're gonna see if we fuck.
All right, B-Walk, you ready for your word? We gonna start Academy.
Academy.
I don't know how to spell that good, so I gotta look. See, that's the words.
ACADEMY.
Okay. That little fuck up right there. Yeah. Think about it.
You gonna put it?
That's easy. No, but
Nah, it's that to me.
It's that to me. It's that motherfucker.
all right. You ready for the next word?
Yeah.
Is it on me or is it on B1?
It's gonna be what? These are words you already did.
Okay.
Acknowledgement.
It's that. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
ACKNOWLEDGE. Mint. Acknowledgement.
Oh, you gotta start over because you.
ACKNOWLEGDEMENT. Acknowledgement.
Now you got that D and that G mixed up.
Okay.
It's that ledge. It's that ledge. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm
Hold on,
telling
what
you.
I say? I say ACKNOWLEGDE.
Yes.
It's LEDG.
DG.
It's like
Yeah.
ledge. It's spelled like
Ledge.
jumping off a ledge.
Ledge.
Yeah, it's that.
So it's not shit.
Hey, be with you want a word?
Nah, I'm out.
You ain't gonna tap in.
We out, nigga. Skip me. Hey,
No,
we out this.
concede. Concede.
Yeah.
I want to show the word that Zach can spell. I gotta see it real quick.
Hold on, man. Don't fuck me up. We live.
No, I'm gonna do. It's words that you use all the time.
Nah, that ain't nothing.
Boulevard.
Boulevard. Boulevard. Boulevard. I'm a bad boy. I told you I'm a bad boy. 3rd grade.
You must have been in South Dallas a lot,
man.
boy.
I'm telling you.
What was on the Boulevard?
All right, we're going to give you one more. B-Walk got 2. I'm going to give you 2. You ready?
Yeah.
Give my
Spice my shit up. Shit.
All right, B-Walk said, all right, this is a little difficult.
Okay.
Chronological.
Ooh, I quit.
Chronological. CHRONOLOGICAL. Chronological.
Hey, nigga,
I'm a
get
bad boy. I'm a bad boy.
This nigga can
I
spell.
thank you, mama. Thank
This
you. My
nigga
mama
can-
used to make me write out the dictionary when I got in trouble.
Hey, so this
Nah.
nigga.
No, see, yeah.
But I'm
Nah,
dead.
that shit different.
I wasn't gonna give you a hard word. B-Walk said, I'm good. B-Walk said, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm out. I ain't even there. I ain't gonna lie.
Could have gave him
I'm the
elementary.
same way. I'm the same way.
Elementary.
Ain't nah, don't.
No. See, me, I can read like a motherfucker. I know what the shit says.
Yeah,
So
but
if
I
I
ain't
gotta
gonna try to
spell
spell
it,
it.
like you try to argue with somebody, shit, you spell it. I'll be like,
I'm not gonna even stun. I'm not gonna even stun. Back in the day, spelling bees was my shit. Like
Nah,
I knew that was a good grade.
I did like I used to do spelling bees in elementary school all the way up to probably like the 6th grade, and I was like, man, that
They
shit.
never had that.
Well, I
in
did
my
that
school.
shit one time.
Until society told me it was
I
lame.
told Zach, so I thought I could spell. We got to like the 2nd, 3rd grade. Motherfucker hit me with that knife.
Boy,
Ken, they was like wrong. I
he
said,
said Ken.
bitch, that's how you spell it. 'Cause that's when you learn how to sound out the words.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just like, cut.
Bro, hold on, fam. You bringing me
Like
back.
I used to fuck up on the silent letter,
Bro,
so I
you
gave up
bringing
on
me
that
back
shit.
to a memory I had back in elementary school where I got into it with this boy because he didn't know how to pronounce Jesus.
He was like, Jesus?
No, it's Jesus. Oh no, it was Jose. Well, Jose. He was like, nah, it's Jose. See, nigga, I go to class with this boy every fucking day. How the hell you gonna tell me what his name
was Jose?
Jose with the little accent mark.
He was Hispanic.
No, I said, bitch.
I'm saying.
Hispanic
the
pronounced
the boy that's trying to tell me what his name. I said, bro,
okay.
shut your dumb ass.
But yeah,
up.
for all the listeners, I bet when we hit them with them words, I bet they were like, that nigga Zach can spell.
I appreciate it,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate it. If you need any
Chronological, I definitely been
I
out.
hit you with that Boulevard. B-Walk said, damn.
Nah, cause the thing is,
We got him now.
No, we are so used to seeing Boulevard BLVE.
Yeah.
I'm like, so
Yeah, that nigga Zach can spell, bro.
Nah, man, I
So-
appreciate that, man. I worked hard for that.
So if you're a listener and you got them right and you want to battle Ziggy, let me know. And we can call you on FaceTime or something. We can do a live session on the pod.
Shake, baby. We gonna make
Ziggy
some
is the
shit shake.
undisputed spelling champion in this bitch right now. If you
I
want to
got you
challenge
put
the
the claps
boss,
on this bitch.
you want to challenge the boss.
Get at me. Hey, man, before we really get into the podcast, man, I do want to give a shout out to Too Suave Clothing, man. That is who we have these shirts on by today. They sponsored these, man. So if you want to get some Too Suave Clothing, make sure you go to TOOSUAVE. You know, that's their spelling, man. Make sure you go to Too Suave Instagram, man. They provided the clothing today. Shout out to everybody over there at Too Suave Clothing, man. We rock with y'all. Too Suave.
And if you got some shit that you want us to wear on the pod, hit up Ziggy and we'll let you know the channels, the proper channels to get your shit on the pod, man.
For sure, man. So we appreciate y'all. But, man, that's a lot of shit to talk about this week.
Hold on, before we get to the shit. Let's
The
get
world has been worlding.
It is. But
Nah,
before we
for
get
real.
to how we do a mental check, and I want to challenge you. We'll do 3 different ones: mental, physical, and emotional. Cause we always jump them all in, so we're gonna start with the mental.
Okay. Mentally, man, I'm about a 7 today, this week. I'm a 7. Last time I was a 6, I'm about a 7.
Physically,
Physically, physically. I'm a 5. Physically. I ain't been to the gym.
all right. Emotionally,
Emotionally, you know that's my shit. Emotionally, I'm about a 9.
you got a 9. So me, mentally, I've been trying to do a little bit more. I'm about like 8 and get with the Swelly shit. I'm getting back in my creative bag, so I'm liking that shit. Physically, I've been working out, so I'm about like 8, 9.
Okay.
Emotionally, you know, that's my small suit. But it's been my girl's birthday and shit, so I've been in the spirits and shit. So right now, I'm about like a 7. So I'm good all across the board right now. Mentally.
So mentally, I'm at a good 8. I'm chilling in a good space. Physically, yeah, that shit sucked. My stomach hurt from all that liquor and them beers. And
So you down? You down?
Yeah, boy, nothing but water to this cowboy game.
So what you give me a number like a 5?
Shit, lower than that.
4?
Damn. Oh, nigga,
Okay.
That's why I was kind of late too. I was like, Lord.
Emotionally?
Emotionally, I'm good.
So give me a number though.
8. I haven't had no low points.
Okay. So the only thing you just fucked up because of last
Yeah,
night.
it's from all that tequila and those seconds, that shit.
We was partying like the Mexicans.
Boy,
I seen the
Mexicans
video.
hit the Cowboys on the Super Bowl.
Y'all niggas was turned up. I thought y'all was on the table. I thought y'all was on the table. That motherfucker B-Walk was out there. Jimi Hendrix, he was playing the guitar on that bitch. Yeah, B-Walk was too turned.
Yeah,
but me mentally, bro, like I'm at like an 8. Okay. I've been trying to honestly like usually I'll be focused on a lot of bad shit going on in the world and like damn, I want to change it, trying to change, but shit, I can't change none of all this shit going on. So I'm just trying to stay focused on all the shit I can't. I can't control. Physically, I'm at a 5. I missed the fucking gym all week just because I've been doing like work, then straight after work going to do shoots and shit. I couldn't keep up.
But that mail gonna get your work in.
Say this whole week definitely because it was a holiday.
It was like 1,900 steps, 19,000 steps. I said this nigga over here walking. I said, goddamn.
Y'all share. Apple Watch.
Hey, bro, I be putting in them steps. I be walking about like 6-7 miles. It be crazy. But
that's why you got them nice legs.
Boy, I say.
You got shorts on. I don't know if y'all can see.
What was it? Physically, mentally, emotionally? I'm probably like at a 6.5. Okay. I'm still trying to balance everything, so probably like at a 6.5.
Man, on the heels of all of mental, emotional, physical, how you feeling, man? Is it just me or does your mama make you feel like everything gonna be all goddamn right?
Yeah, all the time.
Man, me and my mama got to. The nigga said,
I said, yeah.
Oh, I thought I said, God damn. Nah. But nah, man, I went yesterday. Me and my mama got together, man, and we went to eat and we kind of hung out and stuff. We was together probably for like 5 hours, man. We walked the park and everything. And man, it make you really feel like you can figure this shit out, man. It make you feel like everything you dealing with is not too much for you to handle. It won't overwhelm you. So, man, if you're a mother and you listen to this podcast, man, the world can't do what it do without you. Just simply put, man. We appreciate all the mothers, man, especially the mothers that's out there that don't have their father figure in their kids' lives, man. The mothers out there trying to make ends meet. The mothers out there working, 9 to 5 and then getting up and going to school, man. You are amazing, man. Shout out to all the super mamas. You appreciate it, man. We love y'all dearly here at the Swelly Podcast, for real.
This ain't no cap. This real rap.
All right, man. The world been worlding, man. We got shit to talk about this week, though.
Yeah, we got some shit.
Don't pull out the hat. Which topic you want to start with first?
Where we starting at, man?
You want to start in Mansfield? That's close to home.
Yeah, definitely. We want to start in Mansfield. My brothers and my father, actually, they've lived in Mansfield for the past 20 years, since I was at least 9. They've lived in Mansfield for the past 20 years, so I do want to send all my condolences to everyone involved in the shooting that was in Mansfield last week, 2 weeks ago now. And I also want to send, my condolences to the students and the teachers that are, facing trauma right now. A lot of those students grew up in that area. It's a middle high class kind of affluent area. They've never experienced anything like this. So my dad, it wasn't at my brother's school. It was at a school close to my brother. So my dad checked my brother out, and I think it just shows you that we have an issue in America, man. We have an issue with gun control. We have an issue with the education system and protecting our teachers and students. We have a larger issue at hand, I think, especially in the African-American community, because there's no reason that this boy should have been getting beat on and beat up for that long and bullied and persecuted, and no one did anything. Mm-hmm. And it pushed him to come to school with a gun because they didn't pay attention. Mm-hmm. They weren't aware. And people sending their kids to school, and we all in higher education. People send their kids to school to be taken care of. People send their kids to school with the understanding that nothing will happen to their kids, that they will be safe.
Right.
So the fact that boy went to school, the other young man and the teacher that was shot, thank God no one was killed. But the fact that happened and there was no recourse, there was nothing that happened prior to that could have stopped that from happening, is definitely something that I feel like needs to be talked about a little bit more.
Nah, definitely, bro, because just looking at the whole situation, I was just like, how?
Yeah.
Like, that's the main question that came to my mind with all of this. How long had this boy been getting bullied and beat up? How long did it really go on with it? How did the parents approach the school about actually letting them know? Because this kind of hit a soft spot about somebody I knew.
Yeah.
Like, keeping it real, that's how my family got from the hood to the suburbs.
Yeah.
From shit going down, but I'm glad it wasn't with me. But overall, it's a lot of questions that come up.
And it makes you think about, I think number one, it makes you think about protecting these teachers, man. My girl's a teacher. And a lot of times these students are not held accountable at all.
Hell no.
These students don't have consequences, so it leads to them being irresponsible. Mm-hmm. These students have too many options now in order for them to graduate. I think I'll start there. They can not show up to school for 3 weeks, and then they can come to class and say, "Teacher, what can I do to make up this work?" And the teacher has to help them, has to find a way to make sure that they can pass the class.
I think we were all a part of like the standardized testing where you had to pass a certain test to move
pass that
forward.
Test, your ass was gonna be back at that school.
That shit is it's in and void now.
It's the No Child Left Behind, which is I think is the silliest thing that we could have done.
And
seriously.
It makes these kids irresponsible. Like they don't have to work for nothing.
You should leave some of these motherfuckers behind.
Some of these kids they don't want to be in school.
Mm-hmm. Bro, you got a driving test. You ain't getting your license unless you pass that driving test. Yeah. You got a lot of people out here that can't spell, don't know how to do the simple things that school had taught you, but you want them to go out there and be productive citizens.
We just showed that more than our podcast can spell, so they should left this side of the room behind.
But I mean, it's sad.
I do feel you, but some on the other side, like I saw people getting mad when he bailed out. Like I saw
I was never mad about that.
Not us. It was a lot of like white people were angry, like. Y'all getting mad, but when I forgot the nigga's name that shot up school, like he couldn't get bailed out, and he could like all the niggas. Yeah. So they was like he was gone, and they had videos of him hugging his family and shit.
Didn't Roof get motherfucking Burger King on the way to the cell? So they get privileges on their like.
Well, yeah, a lot of people was just mad. So I ain't gonna lie, I was sad when I found there was a black boy. I was like, fuck.
And I think finding that out, I think because I mean just statistically, not even being funny. African American people do not shoot up schools.
He wasn't in that bitch trying to shoot it up. He was really trying to protect himself, bro.
We do not shoot up churches. We do not shoot up movie theaters. There's a specific race that normally goes and does those things, and that they ain't of the melanin.
We go for
if that makes sense.
I'm not trying to speak open broad, but we go for individuals.
Yeah, which is sad.
It
but
is.
I think it speaks to a bigger issue in our community, which is mental health.
Yeah,
I think that boy was. So he was scared to go to school.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave. But my thing about that as well is the parents.
Yeah.
Because if you know your son is scared to go to school, because they said they went back and looked at the records and it didn't show that they ever reported any of these things that they said were happening to him.
So they were just capping.
I mean, if it ain't on record, that's what it comes down to.
Get it to school like we didn't know. So
yeah. So why would, if you knew that was what was going on with your son, why not remove him from that environment?
But I'm gonna ask you this: if you're like. And this is kind of this is a conversation about the black like us because the thing is if you hear like that, what do we taught? You better not come home unless you fight them and you win.
Exactly.
That's been the message that I've been taught since existence.
Yeah.
So you are trained that you better not because I'm gonna get it worse when I get home. So even with that, that's what kind of brought to my attention. People were saying, well, they're supposed to protect your kid. Like, bro, if you find out your child has a bully. You're going to do everything you can to eliminate the bullying. But at the same time, you're going to tell your child to defend himself. It's not going to be that. You can't just pull your kid out of every situation that's not favoring to you. You got to learn how to deal with adversity some way, somehow. Now, at the same time, if your life is being affected, hell yeah, let's get you out.
It's like to what end, though?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to what end are you going to continue to put your child through this persecution? And you got at some point, you have to be a better parent.
True.
I think too. You can't depend on the school system. You can't depend on the iPhone. You can't depend on the TV, the radio, the music to raise even the church to raise your child.
So what would you do hypothetically if you had a kid and they getting bullied in school?
I'm going up there. Because the mother, she said she got on national TV and said one time they pistol whipped him or they beat him out of his clothes at school.
Nah, that's a troll. Nah, bro, we going to the police.
The fact that happened and you wasn't up there and it led to this, you should blame this too. You should blame this too.
No, hell yeah.
Because I would be damned if my child came home. As a parent, you know when something's wrong with your child.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know when something ain't right with your child. And the fact that your child is coming home and you saw this depression, you saw this angst, you saw this worry.
You saw him come home without his clothes and his shoes.
This anxiety, exactly, all of this on him, and you didn't think to say, I'm finna take my ass up to this school.
Yeah.
We work, I get it. You trying to make sure your kids have the best life. But part of that is not material. Yeah. Part of that is mental. Part of that is spiritual. Part of that is emotional. It's more to being a parent than providing, man.
And personally with me, like, and sometimes you'll be a lot of pulling out of your kid because the kids got this whole not snitching thing
kids are
down.
cool as fuck too.
Yeah, they are. But I know me, I want to have a conversation with the other people's parents and look, hey, bro, this is what it is. Because now I can't get with your child, but we can have a conversation. Because y'all child is affecting my child. So let's have that conversation.
I'm gonna go to the school, talk to it like, but
I
need to find these nigga parents.
What's up?
Hey,
did
your
you see
son
that video?
whooping my kid ass, make him go home. Hey, I'm gonna let you know if it happened again. I'm coming to your front door.
Hey, me and you gonna get that shirt dirty, player. Me and you.
We gonna deal with this
I
shit.
like that. We gonna get this shirt dirty.
we gonna deal with this shit.
Hey, Steve said that back in the day.
Yeah, and shout out to Steve, man. Big Steve, man.
Like I whooped the shit out of somebody's parent over my kid.
Yeah,
quickly.
I just don't understand, man, because and then if you watch the video, as hard as it is to watch, you see this kid in the classroom and the teacher unprotected.
Yeah.
Stop. Please stop. She's please, what do you want to teach her? Teachers don't get paid enough.
At all to be
They in there fight with no kids, bro.
These kids young and they strong.
And bruh,
Look, and they don't give a fuck. We used to be scared to like swing at our teacher or something like that. They don't give a give
back
a
in the day
fuck.
when teachers say stop, nigga be
It was a
like,
little bit more respect.
I'm gonna fuck you up when the teacher leaves.
Yeah, nah, for real.
There
Them
was a
niggas
little
don't
bit
care
more
about the
respect
teachers,
for
bro.
these teachers,
I done
man.
seen so many videos, kids throwing desks, chairs, tables, just in these cities and knocking the hell out of
But
teachers.
it's really, I ain't gonna blame it on social media, but a lot of these niggas trying to get clout off
Yeah.
of, I slapped my teacher
TikTok,
TikTok, I'm viral
yeah.
now, I'm famous.
Yeah, you slap my girl up in
See,
there, you gonna go viral.
I work inside of school.
You gonna go viral.
And I know I like my job. But it come down to it,
Oh,
I would be jobless. I would fuck somebody's kid up.
Easily.
Because you don't raise them, you sit them up in here for these niggas to deal with.
And
that ain't for.
And you only come up here when it's some shit that's gonna get your kid kicked out of
There's
school.
gonna be some shit because I'm gonna
You
kick him
damn
out his
right.
body.
Oh, God.
And I hope they be like, I'm gonna go get my daddy. All right,
I'm gonna kick him out his body. He come up here trying to slap on my girl.
I'm not
talking about
afraid
he
of
going
shit
viral.
like that.
But yeah, I
I'm
would
gonna
fuck a
put
kid
my
up.
damn feet so far in his chest. I'm gonna grab his soul.
But ultimately, understand it, like, because even though we are very thankful that nobody died in this situation, he gonna have to sit down for a little bit. Because you shot somebody. And thing is, what I was confused on, and I don't know if it was really accurate information, they were saying the dude that was bullying him was younger than him.
Oh, they ain't got nothing to do with the bullets. Just
Yeah, that don't have nothing to do with it.
I
It's
get
really
it.
a mentality.
You right, because I'm trying to think of mentality, like, bro, has anybody,
Like he probably just a passive nigga. Like, bro, I don't really want to fight.
They said he is. That's what the mother said. He said he's a passive guy. He's not a confrontational kid. So my question to y'all, I pose to y'all, what would you, in a perfect world, what strategies would you input to work against gun control?
In Texas, it's kind of impossible.
Yeah,
but-
damn right. That's hard to
Like
speak about.
me, gun control. I think for me personally, if I had the situation, mine would be more like gun awareness.
Yeah,
like,
that's where it's at.
you should know how to deal with
I
them.
know what
and-
mine would be.
What?
I'm not selling guns to somebody at the age of 18.
But
At the age of
that's your
18?
personal preference.
No,
That's
no,
not the rule. That's not the law.
Exactly. You mean to tell me at 18, a brain for a young male especially is not even fully developed, and then you factor in a black or a brown kid. You know what I'm saying? Who
It's traumatized
Thank
by
you.
existence.
by their environment, and then you tell them, hey, when you 18, you can go buy a gun. You can't drink at 18.
Hell no.
I just think that
Can't rent a car at 18.
I think that we need to change the age where you can buy a gun. I'm not saying
Well, that's hard because you
what?
can go to the army at 18.
I think that needs to be changed too.
I'm saying if you change one, you got to change it all. Cause you like, nigga, I can't buy
I
a
don't
gun,
think
but I
that-
can go
I
over.
don't-
I can go to the army and kill niggas.
I don't think
age
at 18 you're able to process and have critical thinking to make the decisions that you need to make at that age. And I think that the world, America, preys on people who are 18 years old, and you get yourself locked into.
You know
things
why they prey
that
on
you-
them?
that you may not be ready to do.
You just now stepped into life at 18.
Yeah.
You don't know shit. You don't know about taking care of yourself and nothing.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
ain't really start learning
you
that shit
just
about
now stepped into
27.
life.
About
Yeah,
26, 27.
yeah.
shit
That's when you
making
start
sense.
figuring shit out.
But
Like,
the reason that shit stick around, and bro, this shit is so like, America's trash.
Oh, I've been
Like,
saying that.
Like
but
in the area argument.
like,
Yeah.
Nah, for real, America's-
How you feel about women, man?
Bro,
America trash.
like keep it real. And the thing is, bro, like people speak of us like we the elite, and I'm like, hell no. You can just like it's just so.
You gotta realize
hypocritical.
people don't. Only
Well,
Americans say
no,
that
no,
shit.
no, no,
When you
no,
go other
other-
places, they be like,
no,
America's
America's
ass.
No, other
They look at you
like
like a joke.
certain countries, because like Asian, they look at us like a joke, especially for the last 5 years. Africa as well, because they have real wealth over there.
Anywhere they got a good civilization.
But folks that live in third world countries, they'd rather be in America than
that makes sense.
But that Second Amendment, right to bear arms, they feel like that means anything and everything.
Be fucking Rambo. That shit is ridiculous.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, man. Again, sending our condolences to Mansfield, the city. Sending our condolences to the high school that this took place at. Sending our condolences to the family.
And I don't want to, and this is my last take on it.
Man.
I don't want to, because there was a lack of security there as well. Y'all amp up all this security
in Mansfield, though.
What does that mean? A lot of these school shootings happen in suburbs.
Man, it's really different sides to Arlington that really be that's wild.
Dead ass.
I'll be honest, like a lot of people from Dallas, I remember growing up, niggas from Dallas like, man, Arlington ain't about shit. It's some shit out there.
It's some niggas out there in Arlington.
It's a hood everywhere.
Yeah, south side of Arlington, niggas get down.
Where Bowie at? Where Bowie at?
Bowie on the south side.
Yeah, I know most of the niggas I knew in Arlington was from Bowie.
It's some niggas from South Lake Curl. Like, yeah, it's a hood over here. It's a hood part of South Lake. That's the niggas that listen to Eminem all day thinking they tough as shit.
Hell no. Keep that shit pushing, man.
I go to South Lake and turn up on their ass, boy. What you talking about?
But yeah, kids, don't take guns to school. Learn how to fight.
Please.
And whoop his ass.
Bro, social media fucked that up.
They did.
Fighting when World Star came out.
You can't lose.
When World Star came out, he fucked that up.
Hey, happened right here.
World Star hip hop fucked that shit up.
You seen Pootie Tang got to school? That dude that Samuel slapped somebody with a belt, bro. That shit.
Slapped somebody with what?
With a belt.
Slapped the shit out of him.
I got the sound.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Was that Samuel?
It don't matter that shit.
Yes, bro.
I was just at Samuel.
That was in that courtyard.
This big nigga out here trying to flex on my nigga. He said, "I slap shit at you with this belt."
He did put some whole shit though.
Ooh!
Yeah, he slapped the shit out that nigga.
I think he slapped the shit at the
Oh, that's the teacher out there?
Boy, that's the what's the resource man, whatever.
Yeah, Samuel still what it is.
Hey fam, and you know what? No, what's embarrassing, but it was funny. This would, and I'm sorry, but this is what people get people really hurt. Bro done took that video, and you know that TikTok sound? I had a praying grandmother, and I hit the wall.
Man.
That's going viral as we speak.
Embarrassment, dog. That'll make you do some wild shit.
Exactly,
That'll make you do some wild shit, man. What we got next up on the docket, man?
So next up on the docket,
We've been real serious lately. Ain't gonna cap.
This box is for real.
So Dave Chappelle dropped
She threw a wild hook at me, and I saw it
he
coming
dropped
yesterday.
an amazing body of work.
This really was amazing.
I don't know what clip this is. I just played a clip because I don't know. We don't have the license to play this shit, but I'm just playing it off
I let
Netflix.
that jab go. You should have seen me go, nigga.
I know where we're going to, but go ahead.
But I was just gonna ask you how y'all feel about the Dave Chappelle's the closure. I think his fourth body of work. He ended the deal with Netflix. So how did y'all feel about it?
His
Last word for a minute. Which he should.
It might be his last one ever. I think honestly.
I don't think ever.
I think that's what he do.
I think that's gonna be the last time he talks about this community of people.
Yeah.
But
I think he'll come back.
what you think about what you think about the whole like?
I think the entire. I think if you don't enjoy Dave Chappelle's comedy, then you don't have a sense of reality in this world, and you think that you don't want to be held accountable for your actions.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what he was getting at on this. Regardless of the community you identify with, regardless of what your sexual preference is, at the end of the day, we are human beings having an experience. I think he says that at the end of that because he talks about one of his friends that were in the LGBTQ community who ended up committing suicide because she defended him, saying that he is not homophobic, saying that he is not anti-feminist, saying that he is a great person in the community that
she is a part of.
The community that she a part of that loves their people so much, bullied and harassed this woman over the internet until she eventually committed suicide. And he was basically just letting you guys know within this entire stand-up that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you identify as. What you have to understand is that we are humans having an experience, and we have to understand each other regardless of what we identify with. But at the same time, with understanding has to be education.
Exactly.
You have to educate a motherfucker that don't know, that don't understand.
And we are moving into a time where we really don't know. Like, everything can be solely off of this is how I feel.
Yeah,
Educate me on that.
And something else that he said that was very important, he said that everybody identifies with the LGBTQI community that's in it until it's time for them to be a minority.
Right.
You ain't until when it's time to be white. You ain't identifying with the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, you tapping into that white side.
I'm gonna be white because this is gonna get me farther along than me being in the gay community.
And I'm keeping it real. That's how a lot of.
But I said this a while back with the LGBTQ community. I think they should have a subdivision like a black LGBT. Because I feel like the minority inside of the minority group, them niggas like, I'm a black man. Let's say you're a queer black man. You can't go back. Like, even if you say, okay, I'm not queer, but you still black, so you still dealing with shit.
Yeah.
But a white person be like, I could be queer, then they be like, all right, this shit getting rough. Let me tap in. Let me call the police and tap into my white side and defend myself. I think they should have a black subdivision. I think they should have a black LGBTQ.
I think because they said the experience of being black and gay is totally different from being white.
I bet.
When we talk to them,
and we've been able to see that somewhat because that's why I already feel like there's already kind of internally a subdivision within them. Because even when they were trying to get HIV/AIDS treatment, that was more so getting funneled toward the white side, and the minority side was getting shunned upon.
To the privileged. They talking about that on polls.
I think that should be the next movement. I think they should kind of like separate. That's my opinion, but I'm big on separation.
But also, what I think about comedy, like comedians always like told the time of the world, whether it was from Dick Gregory, whether it was from Richard Pryor, whether it was from Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, like Dave Chappelle. They're speaking on the current times of what they were going through. Like, what you want him to what LGBTQ plus is the main thing that's going on right now. You can talk about what else? Afghanistan. Like, you can talk about certain things that's going on now. But we're all still trying to come to like understanding on the LGBTQ plus community.
Man, and art is a reflection of reality.
But he did say something that I really fucked with. Like, he was like, what, y'all gonna cancel me? What, you gonna cancel me on Twitter? Twitter is not a real place.
Twitter is not a real place.
And I fuck with that because a lot of people
love that, man.
A lot of people won't do shit because they're like, social media not gonna fuck with it. That's why when I'm on the pod, I say what the fuck on my mind because you can't cancel me, bitch. We created this. Like,
Twitter is not a real place. Instagram is not a real place. TikTok is not a real place.
So you can't cancel me. Hey, like, I started my Instagram with 0 followers.
And all these folks that
started this shit with 0 listeners. Like, bitch, we don't give a fuck. You don't listen.
And all these folks at Netflix are talking about walking out. You're gonna open up the door for somebody else. So pull your cards right.
Yeah, and I like how Netflix took a stand.
No. So what I learned was it's just all about like clickbait.
It's about the dollar too.
It ain't even Netflix didn't give a fuck about what they step. Like, I ain't gonna say they didn't care about it, but that ain't why they got in trouble with Netflix. Mm-hmm. They went across. They broke some agreements. Like, you can't talk about certain numbers. You can't talk about like money shit.
You can't talk about.
And they were telling this shit, and they were trying to like ruin the show. Like, they were trying to sabotage this damn release.
What do you mean?
But they was giving out like clips before it came out. They was giving out like stats, like how many people listening to it, watching it. They were doing shit that Netflix don't do. And they was giving out to compare. They were trying to sabotage the show.
I'm finna say
and Netflix are like, we don't give a fuck. Well, not say they don't give a fuck, but that ain't why you in trouble. You can believe this, but we're gonna fire you, motherfucker, because you're going against your contractual obligation. You signed an NDA to do this shit.
Okay, so it wasn't like Netflix was standing up for Dave Chappelle.
No, I think Netflix I think they took a stand like, it's art. We put it out. We're gonna keep it out. Like, if you disagree, you got your right to.
But they gonna also lose their job because.
But you lost your job not because you disagree with Dave Chappelle. You lost your job because you went against your contract.
And I think we got to start understanding, bro. Like,
and Netflix probably still with Dave Chappelle. They know people gonna watch it.
You can't.
It's the big money,
man. No matter what group you're a part of, man, you can't be so easily offended.
And that's the thing.
So my thing,
and it's crazy because this is about to lead into another conversation with John Gruden.
I think you can be offended. I think you can, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't think it's your right just because you offended. Everyone should feel how you feel.
That's where I'm at. Like Ziggy said, easily, bro. You can't be easily and just trying to take that shit over and make it seem like somebody's bashing you. You know what I mean?
And it's a difference between malicious intent and comedy.
Yeah.
I don't think Dave Chappelle or any comedian, that's a good one, I would say, goes into their stand-up maliciously trying to
attack. He's telling his own experience.
Attack somebody. Now, what John Gruden did, that's a difference.
Yeah, we get to that in a second. But yeah,
John Gruden sick white ass.
But I agree. So I don't know if y'all seen the Damon Wayne stand-up on
that shit was a long time ago.
So he had a joke. It was like his shit ain't as funny as Dave Chappelle. Because Dave Chappelle shit to me when I watch it, it's not really funny. Yeah, I be learning and be like. But he's witty and he like bringing shit back around. But like Damon Wayne, he was saying shit like niggas without Audi belly buttons.
Oh, you talking about Marlon?
Marlon.
That's why I'm like Damon.
Marlon. So he was talking about niggas with Audi belly buttons or evil. They ain't shit. They
Damn, I got an Audi button.
But so he was saying so like that could like
speaks volume.
But it's jokes. It's jokes. He's not really like. I think some people in those communities, they be like, you talking about
We're gonna
me.
get all the alley belly butt niggas and we gonna ride against that nigga.
See, I got an Annie, so that shit. But he was saying it was the badass kids. He said, if you look about it, like all growing up, every badass kid had an outy belly button. And then I was like,
stomach.
every nigga I knew with an outy belly button had was fucking bad. So I was like, it was a good joke.
Had
but
snow cone juice on their chest.
B-Rock said, fat ass.
The boy snow cone juice on their
But just
chest.
imagine every nigga with an outy belly button like, all right, now we got a boycott. It's like, damn, it's a joke. Like, I do feel like you taking your life too serious if you can't laugh at yourself.
True, because and this is right where I actually want to get into it, where I'm gonna say something and I know people gonna feel this.
To my gunshots, I feel like gonna be some good shit too.
In the beginning of Dave Chappelle's career, all his jokes were based on what?
Black people.
Slavery, race,
the
ignorance of African American
The shit
people,
that made white folks chuckle in their seat.
The crack in the black community, not having black fathers, the shit that traumatizes black people when they go out into this world.
He made
is the shit that
comedy
he
about it.
based his comedy off of. And guess what? Black people laughed, we supported him. White people laughed, they supported him. Gay people laughed, they supported him.
Yep.
You fast forward 10, 15 years later, the world has changed. And he's making jokes about what the world, again, art is a reflection of reality. He's making jokes about the LGBTQ community. He's making jokes about, us not understanding the gender roles, us not understand, how confusing it is for us. Motherfuckers got a problem now.
Right.
But it was okay when he was making fun of slavery. It was okay. Keep the same energy, man.
And that's what
Bro, it's not the same energy, bro, simply because of social media. Social media fucked that all up. Back then, we didn't really have social media. I don't think we had TV in the comfort of our home to actually make these jokes and laugh about it with each other.
I agree with that. I agree with that because I feel like, let's say if it's 1 million people hate Dave Chappelle right now, right? Probably only 10,000 watch the show. But they got on Twitter and seen transphobic Dave Chappelle. Now you be like, he hates me. Like, you didn't even watch the shit. You might laugh. You might find the shit funny.
It's like community thinking or group thinking.
Yeah. And I don't subscribe to that.
You believe this, and this is what you feel. But and a lot of people fall victims to this. People don't even have their own opinions anymore, dog.
At all. It's
on music, on art, on clothes, on niggas don't have their
people
own
get their
relationships,
opinion off of social media.
On relationships, on religion, people don't have their own opinion. The first thing niggas do when there's something going on, what do they do? And people are all guilty of this. They go to the Twitter, they type it in the search bar and see what everybody's saying about it. And then they form an opinion about it based off everybody else's opinions. And they go back and they run to Twitter and social media and say their opinion based off this opinion.
Exactly.
And I do hate group thinking. But that's like on this podcast. I think nobody, like if Zach can say some shit, I'm like, I don't agree. People are like, I do. I'll be like, fuck it. Or y'all, if we agree, he don't. Like, I feel like everybody stand on their toes and be like
the niggas be cool. Example, it ain't no hard feeling about it.
Man, I said before, disagreement is not disrespect.
But if it's something hard to talk about, people feel like I can't disagree with it. Like, okay, me on the side when y'all be talking about religion, I'd be like, I'm not subscribing to that, but I respect it. But I think that's the thing. I think nobody's respecting that community.
What we need,
if you don't respect them, then it's like you laughing at them. But like if you respect them, I can laugh with you, like or laugh. You know.
And the thing is, this is what I feel. Nobody like
because nobody was with me when I said out.
If you have a certain knowledge and empathy, and I'm not saying I feel bad for you, of the LGBTQ plus community and what they've been through, just like other minority groups, you understand to take them as what they are. But I still need to be educated on certain nuances because that's not something I'm accustomed to growing up to.
See, but my thing is, like, you can be mad, but educate. Don't be mad and just hate. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if B will say some shit, like, okay, like the day we were talking about, when I said I wear a thong for my girl, and they be like, oh, it's all a joke, but I feel like y'all were laughing at me, and I'll be like, hold on, nigga, I love my girl. You got to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care.
That's why I said I would. Because
but I'm saying I don't care. But then when I explain, I'm like, I would do it if that's what she want, you know what I'm saying? But then they be like, okay, I understand why would you do that. But now a lot of people be like,
I look like Uncle Elroy in the thong. I ain't been working out as much.
But like, but not even that. Let's just talk about, let's say Africa. I'm gonna say something that's sensitive to your heart, right? And somebody bashing Africa, right? You be like, nigga, that's where I'm from. But they be like, now this is why I feel that way. And let's say some of those points make sense. You be like, okay, now I see your vision on that. But now let me educate you on what you misinformed. I feel like it's a gap where nobody doing the education.
Some folks feel
I hate it.
It take too much work to educate.
And keeping it real, I feel like some people they turn that shit so up they feel like they better than being educated.
They don't want to educate.
Like they just want to keep their mind frame on what they think of that situation and taking care less about the truth.
And I think that's the part. Nobody is willing to like, okay, you don't like us, but let's talk about why you don't like us.
That steps into a whole nother conversation because misinformation is now the thing to do.
And people don't want to educate, man. It's like if you work with somebody and you just start a job, right? Mm-hmm. And they let you do some shit wrong, all this time, and then they come down on you hard for doing it wrong. And it's like, dog, you could have stopped me when I started doing it wrong and said, hey, Dante, that's not how you do that. Let me show you the right way, educate you how to do this. Don't let me continue down the path just so you can bash me.
Yeah.
Educate me in the beginning.
And I feel like education gotta be, you gotta really want to learn. Cause shout out to the Blackberry Review podcast. But
for sure.
So I still
y'all boys, man.
So I still follow all them niggas from the pod. So I'll be learning this shit. Like my nigga Harold posted some shit like I'm gonna let, if we ever do a pod, I'm gonna let them talk about it. But he was like, they eliminated the phrase coming out.
Okay.
I forgot what they call it. Something. I forgot the new phrase because I
was really finna start asking questions like, tell me more.
It's on his Instagram, but so they community still involved in it and just taking away old rhetoric and they're just like, okay, we not using that no more because it seemed like he was hiding from something. You know what I'm saying? So now they making it more of a celebrational thing. So, but if we ever have, I think we're gonna have to link with them niggas again at some point. But because like it's so much shit still be going on. But I do want to know how y'all feel. No, we're not going to jump into the general group. Let's talk about some fun shit before we get into that. It's been like that. It's been that energy. So yesterday, I want to give a shout out to a special, very, very special lady, right? Abigail Lepitelli, right? How you say her last name? Lepitelli. Yeah. She's leaving Dallas. I missed the celebration last night, but you guys had a good time. So let's talk about fun shit. How was y'all guys' night last night? Then I'll talk about homecoming experience for me.
I was trying to get drunk, so I ain't cry.
I felt like it was gonna be an emotional feel to it.
But she said, like,
and for y'all that don't know, Abigail is like our sister, man.
She is our sister. Ain't no light.
I'm just saying, man. For the but we met her with 2010.
Yep.
So
I met on the elevator.
So
Whitley Hall.
We became close friends 12 years ago, and she's leaving to go back home to her family and do she built a family in Dallas. Now she's going back to take care of her actual family. But Zach and Brandon went to her going away celebration or whatever. I don't know the actual name of it, but they had a good time. I couldn't make it, but so you talk about it. How was that night, man?
Man, it was good. There was a lot of love in the building, man. I think
for
at
real.
the end of the day, it was family. I mean, it was people it's crazy how, y'all ever heard of what is it called? It's called 6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah.
They ain't heard of it.
So basically, it's like an idea that as people, we are all 6 social connections away from each other in some shape, form, or fashion. Like, if you don't know somebody, you're 6 social connections away from knowing.
When you hear the term, it's a small world. That's a phrase from
so
that.
Like, if you never met B. Will, you were 6 social connections away from B. Will. You know how? Dakari, Jeff. You know that's 2 right there already. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what you sound.
Yeah. So it's called 6 Degrees of Separation, and I'm bringing that up to say, so. I met Abby and Danielle, which is they're very close friends. They play basketball together at Commerce at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. Danielle's mom and aunt used to watch my stepdaddy, Tyrone, when they was kids. They used to all grew up together. And Danielle's uncle, who's Uncle Richie, used to work with my granddaddy, Bubba Jack. And so I say that to say, man, I do believe in the 6 degrees of separation. I do believe that God puts certain people in your life, and I do believe that we are all interacting and putting each other's life for a special reason. Whether we know what it is not now, or maybe we'll never know, but I do believe that there's a reason. And, man, I had a great time last night. I was there with my lady. We really enjoyed ourselves, man. I'm going to miss Abby a lot. I think that that's one of the people that, me and her share a lot of just intimate similarities. And I'm definitely going to miss her a lot. I had a great time, though, man. We kicked it hard.
It looked like
it. Facts. I had a great time as well. No 6 degrees of separation for me, just a lot of folks that I knew. And some history with some folks in there, but it was cool. You keep shit as mutual as possible. But at the same time, I had a great time. A lot of liquor.
But B-Well, sometimes... Okay. But some shit that you be saying, B-Well, I do not expect you to say. That's why I love you on the pod, bro, because you authentically yourself. Like, I would not have guessed you said shit like that.
Keeping it real, I just had she said it's going to be another event that's going to be a lot more intimate because it was a lot of people there. It was a lot of old folks cutting rugs. It was us drinking. We tried to get on the spades table, wasn't enough light, so we left that alone. But
when she leaving?
Next Sunday. So she said it's gonna be something else. I was like, cool, I'll shed my tears later. But
the 24th.
Yeah, overall it was just a good time to be around loved ones. Celebrated Abby going away, her aunt's birthday. A lot of drunk black fun.
Okay, that's good. That's great. I was sad I had to miss it, But I did go to Texas A&M Commerce homecoming. The first homecoming since the pandemic, so it was still Commerce, but a lot has changed since we had last been on campus, right? Like the IOTAs are back on campus. That. I was surprised when I seen that shit.
Yo, dap one of them up.
Did I? No, I ain't dapped no. I only really dapped up niggas that I knew, because that's my MO. I'm not really trying to meet new people like that. But when I was surprised that a lot of people in Commerce fuck with this podcast.
Really?
A lot. And I thought, so I was like, I was drinking, so I was like, man, I was more like reckless. Like, I forgot what's your favorite episode. I like the one that y'all were talking about this, but I was starting to realize later on, I was like, maybe they just talk about the clips that we post. But like, what's it? Adrian, frat brother Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he was like, bro, I listen to y'all podcast every Monday. Like every other Monday. When you say every other Monday,
I mean,
you really listen.
Y'all
know Jack Duffy. He was talking about it. Jack Duffy. But we were having an interesting conversation. I told him, like, I don't have to bring you on the pod because Jack is Jack. So, but he was having.
That's the only way you can describe that.
Yeah. So we might.
I would tell him.
So I would tell him because his new job, he's not too far from Dallas. I like, we might have to because we were talking, but he's like. I think he having his own revelations in life. He nigga turned 40 in like 20 days.
Yeah, he's experienced a lot.
So I think we should have a good episode, good conversations. I said, long as you keep being authentic. Like, I hate when people get on the pod and don't talk the same. Yeah. So if he can keep his same who he is on the pod.
I personally believe that'll be because there's no such thing as an age limit to having shit figured out.
Yeah. So I'm saying, the shit he was saying, like I was like, okay, I said this would be a dope conversation to have with you on the pod. So I said I'll bring it to you, which is me bringing it to you on the pod. But the experience was cool. It's like you start seeing, like, you see the young frat, right? Mm-hmm. And you remember how you used to be in that era, in that arena. You started seeing, like, I was even telling my girl, like, it felt different going to homecoming because typically at homecoming, nigga looking for a play, you looking for bullshit, you drinking. Like, I wasn't even trying to drink that much because I knew I was going to get right back on the road. Right. So I was chilling. I seen Doc.
The dynamic has changed.
I seen Doc. Doc was like, where's that? He was looking for y'all. Like, they decided not to come. They got some shit they doing in Dallas. So we can go to lunch. I told him we going to set it up. Yeah. He said, I told him we going to set it up. So, Doc going to stay on it. So he's going to call me. But it was just a good vibe. And then, like, seeing niggas like Uche, Devontae, like the young niggas that you see them niggas, like, I remember being in this arena.
You come back and you feel like a legend.
But prayers up to our...
Kinda, because I did... People like, damn, for the love, when you... Okay, you know how, like, the tailgate shit is, right? How everybody's strolling and shit, huh?
You seen the old things you stained?
No, not really. I think our era kind of stayed away. It was really like a new era of niggas. Like,
just asking.
Yeah, but
just check
I feel like nobody from my era, like no bullshit. Nobody from our little group came back to Commerce this year.
But I'm sorry to take a turn again, but
I don't know if they want that outright.
Okay, but prayers up.
Yeah,
just prayers.
Prayers up our frat brother. But go ahead.
Yeah. So when I came back, everybody strolling and I walked up and loved the fresh. I'm like, damn, no. I was like, shit, nigga, I ain't got... Yeah, nigga, I'm on this hoe. I felt good. And then, like, every time, I didn't realize how, like, connected we are. Because every time somebody see me, Zach, where he at? Where B walk at? I was like, them niggas ain't here.
Keeping it real, that's always something that's asking me, bro. Because, like, anytime I've gone somewhere, damn, where's Zach and Dante at? I said, damn. Like,
now you better, nigga, I'm here, nigga, shit.
That's where they at. I don't know.
Shit, but it was a good time. I had a great time.
Man, I love Commerce. I always hold a special
and that
place
drive
in
to
my heart.
Commerce seemed like 30 minutes to me. I was like, oh shit, I'm already here.
And they just declared they're going D1.
Yep.
Yeah, they had a Chick-fil-A because we finna go to Lulu's, but then I was like, I don't really want no burger. So then they got Chick-fil-A inside the student center.
I took my ass to Lulu's so fucking
No, I ain't really want no burger.
Chick-fil-A.
I ain't really want a burger. Boy.
I still be missing that buy one get one free Wednesday.
It's different now. They got something else going on.
But yeah, it was cool. It was a cool
you don't eat burgers
thing.
no more?
You said what?
You don't eat burgers no more?
I'm trying not to eat as much red meat no more.
Okay.
I'm trying not to. But that shit
I don't either, but I would have got a damn burger that day.
Every now OG was there. OG got the goddamn burger. OG said, I'm going to Lulu. That nigga was there. But it was good.
OG, man.
It was good seeing everybody. So like, let's move into the topic.
Sure.
I just had to lighten the room up a little bit.
For sure.
All right, so
we finna get on John Gruden ass.
So last week, John Gruden resigned as the NFL coach for the Oakland Raiders.
I got what he said, damn too. Come on.
For
this B-Walk section right here. I'm gonna take it away.
Okay, I'll let you take it away. I was just gonna read exactly like the synopsis, but if you got the actual shit.
Go ahead.
Okay, so John Gruden got fired, and he was sending emails back and forth to higher ups like the GMs and all kind of like major people in the NFL, and his emails consisted of racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic language in the emails, and it was going on from 2010 to 2018 before John Gruden was hired as the Raiders head coach. Mind you what?
Mind you, he was not fired when the racist emails came out. He was not fired when the sexist emails came out. He was fired when the homophobic emails came out.
Oh, he resigned.
shucks.
He resigned.
He resigned.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
and what I don't like about it, like even the media, they changed their language.
Yep.
When there was racist comments, Stephen A. Smith said, I think I seen the clip on BWAP, he was like, he shouldn't get fired because he was saying this shit before he was the coach, so he was not employed by the NFL. And then when the transphobic and the homophobic shit came out, he was like, yeah, his career is done. So even a black man, like, he's just so wrapped up in it. And I remember, who was that said, who was that told him, like, hey, man, we feel like Max Kellerman more hood than you, or more black than you. T.O. told that nigga that.
Because people don't understand, ESPN is purchased by Disney.
ESPN is a dirty place, too.
Disney.
Yeah, Disney is a racist place, so.
Like, come on
All
now.
Disney was racist as fuck,
But,
so.
go ahead, B-Walk. Take it away.
Okay, so one thing you didn't say, the owner of Hooters was a part of that email. The GM
That sounds about
for
on
the
brand.
Washington football team was in there. Who
Sounds
they used to
about
be
on
called
brand.
the Redskins. And they brought up somebody else. I think it was like a Home Goods. I don't know if it was Home Depot or Lowe's. The
Probably
owner
Home
of
Depot.
them-
Home Depot was
I don't
like,
mean to cut you off, but all those people you named sounds about on brand for sexist, racist,
Right on brand.
and homophobic
Right on
comments.
brand.
Then the people, if I want to talk about some shit like that, I'm emailing the nigga from Hooters, the Washington Redskins,
yeah, because I know
and Home Goods.
I know Home Depot. I know Home Depot is
Yeah.
racist.
It
Lowe's,
smell racist up
Lowe's
in there.
is the liberal
Yeah.
spot.
You ever been in Home Depot? It smell racist. Or maybe it's drywall, but that's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, drywall smell about the same.
Yeah.
It smelled like
But-
oppression in that bitch. You're like, nigga, I feel like.
But the thing was, it was like in our group chat. Like we had a group chat just full of sexist, feminists, which we don't. By the way,
We do not.
I ain't gonna lie, you'd had a group chat back in about 2008,
No, but we would never.
2010,
But,
2010, 2011. The group me,
but the thing
Oh,
is,
we was
we
wilding
never.
them hoes.
But even though we was wilding, we never said some shit that was like unbelievable. Not to my knowledge. Like we probably said, oh, that shit was.
I said the shit I say bad. I say it on the pod. So
I mean,
like,
yeah, but we about damn near say the shit now.
I thank God for growth.
I do too.
yeah, I was
Because I
But
see some
I was
shit.
homophobic at one point, so I probably said some shit.
Well, as far as homophobic, because we weren't knowledgeable and had an
How about I say, I didn't even know what
empathy
being sexist was at that time.
at all. But just to get into the details, basically, people were just trying to rely on, oh, he just scorned. Like, we had a friend say, oh, he just scorned, talking about, oh, his black dude
I ain't gonna
lips.
cap. That shit was funny.
It was funny.
That shit was
What
funny.
do you
Say,
It was
hold on.
funny.
What did he say? I missed it. I missed
Bro,
it.
that shit was
Demar,
funny.
what's his name? DeMar Smith got Michelin. He called him motor lips. He got his
Michelin
lips.
lips. Michelin tire lips.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But then he
I
tried
can
to
appreciate a good
But
joke,
then
though.
again, he tried to flip it and say, I call all liars motor lips, rubber lips.
But you know, in history, if you go back and look at how people have made fun of African American people, it's
always based
larger
on the lips.
noses, larger lips, and so that's where he got his ass in trouble with that.
Then he went on to say,
You can't say it, we can say it. Black people say it, you can't say it.
Yeah, basically.
just like nigga.
he went on to say Eric Reed that took a kneel with Colin Kaepernick should have been fired for his stance on kneeling. He should like just straight up been fired.
Crazy.
He said, I don't believe women should be officials in the league,
Jackass.
period. I don't think Roger Goodell should be drafting queers when you have one of
Jackass.
the first
One of the
gay,
first
openly
openly-
gay on your team.
What's his name? Nasser.
Carl Nassar.
Carl Nasser.
What else? He called Barack Obama's vice president. He called Biden a pussy and said,
Jackass.
"Yeah, Biden, Obama is not qualified to run the country." Basically, he was
Because
just letting
he
that
black
shit
or
hang.
just because of-
Was he using his work email when he was sending all this shit?
I think it was his personal.
his personal email that was sending to his partners. Like, I don't get it. Get a group me.
I want to know how it leaked.
Oh, the NFL leaked that.
You damn
I'm
right.
talking about how did they get access to his
Well,
personal?
because
shit?
I think that
No, it was a part of the Washington football team had
was
a
under
whole
investigation.
legal investigation of how they were treating women
Yeah.
and a lot
And
of
they saw
sexual
his
information.
emails.
So they went through
they wasn't even looking for
650,000.
his ass.
They wasn't, and they stumbled across that shit. 650,000 emails sent
That's
back and
why my
forth.
granny say it don't matter what you do when people watch it. It matter what you do when people ain't watching.
Exactly.
Because they wasn't even looking for your ass, but you were here acting a damn fool.
And found your shit.
But you were here acting a damn, like my mama said, I wasn't even, but you were here acting a damn fool.
Now I gotta get you.
Now I got to get you.
And then to go back to show, like, before the news dropped, I don't know if y'all watched that Raiders and Chicago Bears game.
Bro, that ain't.
It looked like the players didn't give a fuck about the game.
They were dejected.
I should have bet the under because I smoothed
They
it
were
over and
dejected.
lost.
Yeah, they were like, I don't give a fuck about, but they just their livelihoods. But you can tell some shit. But like, I guess it's crazy. That shit crazy. But it really kind of show how they really feel about. Like my thing is like, I bet Jerry Jones scared. I just feel like over time Jerry done said some shit. Come on,
Fam.
Jerry might just say his shit in person.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think Jerry.
Let's be honest.
And I don't want to say because I'm a Cowboys fan.
Let's be honest here.
But I think Jerry Jones might have not, dog.
I think
But because listen,
I really feel like all them niggas
because
have.
Listen, so many years niggas been trying to catch Jerry Jones saying some racist shit. They ain't found shit.
But the thing is,
But I feel like at the country club meetings with him and Robert Kraft go on their private jets.
this is why I don't.
I think
I think he like Robert Kraft. He don't hang out with him.
I just know they're like
No,
the two
I mean,
top
well,
niggas
they
in
the
the league.
top.
But I'm just saying, like, I feel like they smart enough not to put that shit on the email.
That's
But when they go to
where
their
it's
at. Or they old
when they
enough.
go to their country club, I feel like they let this shit hang.
This is why I don't believe it.
Goddamn niggers.
One.
Hey, you see that nigga Zeke? He gonna
Them
bring me
niggas-
that Super Bowl.
Them niggas ain't gonna kneel over here.
This is
Oh,
why
Jerry said that. He said ain't no kneeling on my team.
he said this: toes on the line, hand on your heart.
But then they knelt together, didn't they?
Yeah, they did a little bullshit.
Hey,
after he
come on, man.
no.
Together,
After-
hey, that was
after-
plural.
After he got like criticized for saying that, like, hey, my team ain't kneeling. Then like later on, they were like, with the media, she like, I guess I gotta.
You see him looking at camera.
I fuck with JJ, man. I fuck with
Nah, this is why. This is the thing.
I fuck with them long as the Cowboys winning, so I love you right now. We winning right now.
I'm
We
right here
good.
with it.
Look how niggas do.
Speaking of the Cowboys, right? I went to the fair the other day, right? The last week. It was so many goddamn Cowboy jerseys in there. The city
bro, I
is
believe
loving
it.
this team right. I was like, God.
I believe it.
A whole like family dressing as a group to go to like
Everybody
a
got
Cowboy
different
group.
players.
Bro, they go to the Super Bowl.
And it was
It's
cool.
gonna be crazy.
It was this one Hispanic family, right? They were so icy to me, right? It's like they were generations like the granddaddy had like the old niggas.
That's
Like
loud.
Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and then like the niggas our age had like Dez and them shit. Then like the kids got like Zeke, Amari Cooper. Like this is an icy ass fucking family.
I'm gonna have some sports paraphernalia on next week.
Oh yeah. I told
Bitch,
him.
what happened to this?
Boomer sooner, nigga. Boomer sooner.
I thought we
I ain't
were
really-
this
But go
week.
ahead.
It don't even hurt to say now because we done lost last week too, or yesterday too. So shit,
Back to back.
the same way.
But go ahead with John Gruden, man.
Nah, this was gonna be a little bit about Jerry and why. One
No, we ain't gonna talk too much about Jerry.
at
right
all.
now.
This gonna.
You might break the Cowboy curse.
Nah,
We're doing good right
this is
now.
where I'm at. Cause
Nah, you know why? You know
when
why?
Jimmy,
Yeah, go
when
ahead.
Jimmy done broke that curse.
When he let
But
Jimmy Johnson in the ring on, he broke the
this is
curse.
what peeped me on because Vincent told me, and shout out to our frat brother Vincent. He said the city that's neighboring Arkansas University, where they have to shop at their Walmart, they say black folks don't go there at night.
It's a sundown town.
So and they will let you know we don't fuck with. Like you can play football, whatever.
It's a
We
sundown
ain't fucking
town.
with you. So that's where
That's where he went to school. Yeah.
went to school. But the thing is, I'm not just basing it off of that.
That's where I think he is
He
from
has,
Arkansas.
He's born and raised. And the thing is,
he
Arkansas
done-
has always been like it's damn near like
He done
Notoriously
put,
racist.
He done put like $100 million in his
Mississippi.
athletic department. He fuck with
Alabama.
Arkansas.
So at the same time, he has certain views, but he understands black people is what make me money. So you gotta be
That's
able.
what his thoughts sound like.
Nah, that nigga. That
Black
old,
people
that,
would make
These
me
niggas,
That's
these
old.
niggas out here
Who
making their money.
who has he given security to? Dez and Zeke.
Because
Troy,
them niggas is party animals.
we
dog.
get
Them
it.
niggas out here,
We
them
get
niggas
it.
need a
But
security.
during the 90s, they had a lot of white boys that were drug addicts, woman beaters, and didn't need no security. He understand he gonna protect his investments by doing what he need. Because it's not like he may grow to love some players, but some players I'm gonna protect my investment before I actually suck
I ain't
into
know with
you.
you on that one. I think Jerry really fuck with his players. I
No,
think Jerry
you grow to, but
Yeah.
at the
We
same
all know,
time,
man. We all know America is trash. Come on.
I mean, it's the easiest thing to say.
Yeah, I think that's hey, every time we got a
America's
topic.
team.
America
But
is
hold
trash.
on, I want to bring up a topic of this because this is something that we brought up. Is freedom of speech actually freedom of speech?
And this is what I was getting ready to get
Nah,
into
hell no.
because we champion Dave Chappelle for his take and what he said, but in the same token we condemn John Gruden. Why?
The reason I think the difference.
Okay.
I think.
And I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but I just
I think Dave Chappelle is putting a spotlight on certain shit. He bringing awareness like this is going on. Young Gruden was doing that shit out of malice and just hate. Like,
that's who he is.
Like he's like, nigga, fuck them niggas, fuck them gay folks. Like, I feel like he was on like that type of
and
info.
that's who he is.
And I don't think Dave Chappelle. I don't think even though Dave Chappelle, even on the show, he said I don't even have a problem with the transgender community. I have a problem with white people. He was letting you know what his problem is. So like Young Gruden is not like you talking shit behind people back, and you doing it with other notoriously racist ass people. So like, what was the Trump boys, the good boys, whatever. Yeah. So I think he like a part of that community. But that's my only difference about it. But I said it like last episode, the one before that. I do feel like we don't have freedom of speech. I don't think everybody has to agree with everybody. I'm not a fan of that. I feel like if you don't like black people, I feel like you should wear a hat saying I don't fuck with you niggas. I'm cool with that. But I don't like the passive in it. I don't like that you don't fuck with niggas, but you 85% of your team is niggas, and you carrying it as if you do fuck with niggas. I really feel like it.
And you acting like
I'm a separate nigga. Any racist NFL player and coaches, put them all on one team. You just play it.
Trash as hell.
Yeah, just play it. Now we know how you stand. All the racist owners, all you don't fuck with niggas, we can get your own platform. All the racist fans, put this shit in Boston. Put the New England Patriots, put their ass in Boston. And y'all just play against the niggas you hate. And then every game you just get your ass beat by 60. Mm-hmm. But you can still say, hey, I don't fuck with them and I'm not going to go to practice with them.
Nah, they ain't going to do that because that ain't no money maker.
They will beat their ass. No, them games will sell out every week.
And you know what's crazy about it? You know, when Carl Nassib came out,
Boy was the biggest advocate.
He was the biggest advocate. He was championing this. Believe me, I believe you deserve space and opportunity to grow. I do believe that. But on the same token, I think you should be held accountable for your actions and that you should face the consequences.
That's where I come at.
So though he may have changed,
that's where I come at with freedom of speech.
Because if that's a black man, it don't matter if you change or not.
Hell no.
You gonna face them consequences
easily,
and you gonna face them too, Mr. John Gruden.
Because that's where I stand. Because people say we had a friend say that. You should be able to say like. You are afforded the opportunity to say whatever you want in this country.
But you are not.
But you are not above the consequences. That's what our last president taught us, where he think, I can say what I want, I'm protected by presidency. No, you're not, bro. You are still going to reap the repercussions of your consequences. Every consequence is not bad. People can take the word consequence, it's all negative. Bro, you're going to have to pay for something. And he's going to be fine.
So, before we get into the free game, right? I got a question. I saw this on, I think, TikTok or some shit. It was a great question. I wanted to pose it to you guys. So they say, like, every, 10 years, my dog was going crazy. Background for the listeners is my dog. But they can't even hear it last time we did it. They couldn't hear it barking. But, so the question I have to pose to you is, like, on your driver license, every 10 years, you got to get it renewed, right? You got to get whatever the little shit is. So somebody posed a question like, why can't marriage be that way? After 10 years, before you lose any assets, anything, you can reevaluate the relationship. Like, hey, do we want to renew this or just end it right here? Do y'all think that could be a practical option that they give people to renew your marriage license? Like, 10 years gone by, everything being good, but do y'all want to do this for another 10? Do you think people?
So I think that's what the prenups is for.
But I'm saying, like, even if you didn't have a prenup, let's say you become a millionaire within that 10 years, and you're like, I don't really fuck with you the same way I used to.
If you got a prenup, you can leave without your shit. So what's the difference?
No, I'm saying everybody ain't got a prenup. Like, I ain't talking about rich people. I'm not talking about like ass. I'm talking about just feel like no hard feelings. This shit is not working. Before we get into any further,
just gonna separate.
We're gonna just separate, and we can just end it right now. Nobody lose shit, and just move forward. Or you just have a reevaluation of the relationship every 10 years and be like, I don't think I want to do this for another 10. Do you think
as
people do
fucked
that?
up as it sounds, it's very practical.
It's like
very practical.
But love is not practical. So
it's not.
It don't.
It's all situational. It's not something.
I do feel like a lot of times in a relationship, it start out with love and then it just become obligation.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the love keep it going. It's the obligation. We got kids. We got to take care of shit. Now we got to keep this going just for other people, not selfish reasons.
That's why you don't give with somebody that you just head over heels. Would you give with somebody that you want to be committed to?
But also,
because when the love fades, the commitment is still there.
Yeah, but you got a lot of people that stay in these relationships and they get to a point of just
love is a choice, man. Love ain't no forward feeling. It ain't these doohickeys. It ain't all this happily ever after shit. Love is a choice, and you have to wake up and choose somebody every fucking day. And if you choose that person, you're committed to that person. And that way, when the love fades and you're not in that euphoric place no more, the commitment remains. So it don't matter what y'all go through, you committed to this person. So that shit ain't gonna move, shake. That's why I don't say you don't base your decisions off emotion, because emotions are fleeting. You base it off commitment.
All right.
But to answer the question, I don't know, man.
I feel like people should get
I
the
like that idea.
Yeah,
man.
I'm finna say. Nigga said all of that.
I think you should reevaluate some shit sometimes. You like,
I tried to find a way to argue. Like, since I seen the question in the chat, I wanted to find a way to be on the other side of it.
but I think it's pros and cons for both. It's like, hey, it's not working, or you know, it's working. Let's redo this shit again, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
because that would cancel out a lot of infidelity. That would cancel out a lot of
man.
Cheat.
Yeah.
I mean, people gonna cheat, but at the same time, most people continue to do it because they ain't got no exit, or they feel like they stuck in a situation. Oh, we got
A
these
lot
kids.
of times the reason niggas cheat it don't have nothing to do with wanting to exit a relationship. Niggas, I think, just a lot of times
They're not satisfied.
that's what it comes down to. It don't have nothing to do with me, because I may like
Beware
and
got something
love.
to say.
I feel like if you're gonna do that, like in 10 years, we can go ahead and renew it.
We might as well
Bro,
not
you
use it.
might as well not get married.
True.
You might as well not get married, bro. If you feel like you can give her a ring, y'all can be
In
engaged
10 years, you feel
for
if I feel
for
like
50
I'm
years.
because you
Let's
go
don't get
to-
married. Let's keep that same commitment.
I
Though.
changed my opinion. I'm gonna be Will.
Just don't. If you
Because-
got to go into that bitch and be like, oh, after
Boy,
10
do a
years,
hopscotch on that
we can
thing.
renew it.
It's crazy. I don't even have an opinion one way or the other. I just
Look,
seen
if
the
you,
question. I'm like, that's a
if
good
you,
question.
I'm like this. If you feel like in 10 years I need to renew it, or you feel like in 10 years we need to be
'Cause you
done
want
with
the
this,
marriage as a
you
forever
might
thing.
as well like, okay, 10 years we need to go to counseling, or every year we need to be like, we need to stick to marriage counseling. We need to make sure we sit down and having this conversations, these hard conversations
still
about
growing.
like how we still feeling about each other and shit like that. But if you don't want to be committed to that person for the rest of your life, don't get married.
Yeah, I feel
And
that.
just
I feel that.
if y'all could both come on common ground, so
But
like
I do feel
we can
like
be
a lot
together,
of
just
time-
don't be married.
I feel like a lot of times in relationships, a lot of people just become stagnant. They're not.
That's where, yeah.
They're not growing internally no more. So everything
Yeah.
you're doing is all about commitment or obligation. Like I need to go
Well,
to
no,
work.
if you
That's when you got to communicate.
That's
Be
what I'm
like,
saying. So
hey,
I
I
think-
ain't feeling like I'm doing
And I'm
shit.
not saying no. So I think you misunderstand what I'm saying when I say commitment. When you're committed to a relationship, or you committed to your partner, you're committed to all the things that come with it, and that's growth, because both of y'all have to grow. That's spiritual growth. That's financial growth. That's all of those things. It's not just I'm here because I'm committed.
No,
It's like
You
that's-
don't want to say
that's-
it like it's an obligation.
Yeah, that's no. I'm not saying it's an obligation. I'm saying like if I'm committed to you, I'm saying like shit.
I'm committed to everything that comes with
Yeah,
this. Not
everything,
just-
the
not
good,
just-
bad, and ugly. I'm here.
Because if I ever part of a relationship of
I'm
any
committed to
kind where
pushing
it's
you.
it's all about.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because if I'm a part of any relationship where it seems like obligation, I'm gonna deject
You don't need to
that
be
shit.
there. Hell no.
Yeah, like I can't do that because everything is a choice. If we're not making the absolute choice to do what we want to do and be together, then I'm not trying to be no ball and chain to nobody. And I don't need no ball and chain with nobody either.
But yeah, so that was just okay. Just you get the young nigga some love.
Yeah, man. So,
But all right. So hey, Zach, is that time?
it's that time.
B-Walk, is that time?
Yep.
You got a mic now. Be with that time.
It's that time.
See, I want to do some a little nostalgia. I'm gonna play the whole bit because I feel like the new listeners don't know where this song come from. Oh, my shit ain't even playing loud right now. Hold on, check out the damn. My shit be dying.
I got that, I got that, I got that, I got that.
I'm gonna take it back one time.
free game. I got that free game. I got that free game. I got that free
Take it back one time. Take it back one time.
Swelly. I got that free game. I got that free game. I got that free game. Got that free game. I got that free game. Got that free game. I got that free game. I got that free Swelly. I got that free game. I got that free game. I got that free game. I got that free Swelly. I got that free game. I got that free game. I got that free game.
Swelly Podcast, we got what you need.
Hey, man, Swelly Podcast, we got what you need, man. I got the free game for he, free game for she, free game for we. This is the part of the podcast, man, we give you guys just a little bit of information. Now, I'm not saying we know anything. I'm not saying we experts on life. But what I'm saying is sometimes this information may be spiritual, it may be entrepreneurial, or sometimes it just may be some real shit. So if you vibe with it, if you like it, man, use it. If you don't, man, take it with a grain of salt.
I got a PhD in shit talking.
You going first?
Nope.
Okay, I'll go first. My free game is eliminate the no days off mentality. That is a myth. Don't let these rich people tell you that they're working until they fucking
Take your
die.
ass, get a nap.
Like go to sleep.
Take a nap.
Make sure you. I had to learn this the hard way. I think this was some shit my girl like imputed on me. She like, hey man, take your ass to sleep. I was like, nah, I gotta finish this. Like normally when I started like in my Swelly creating shit, I'd be like, I'm finna finish this shit tonight. But then like after a while, you start getting like lackadaisical and shit ain't always what it need to be. So if you tired, take your ass to sleep. But make sure you get the job done. But like you don't have to do 12 hours straight work. That shit is a myth. That shit ain't even good for your health. And I think I seen I follow some health people, and they was like, bro, sleep is more important really than food sometimes. Like a lot of people, like you can go days without fucking eating, but try to go days without sleep. Your ass you gonna fuck around and kill yourself. So like make sure. So my free game this weekend, make sure you get enough rest. Don't feel like you gotta chase the bag to the point where you're not even taking care of your own sleeping habits. That's my free game.
Facts.
I'm gonna go ahead and get mine. Mine is simple. If we are judged by our past, we are absolutely done. Give people room to grow.
Mr. John.
Mr. John, you okay? You got $40 million, more than $40 million in that bank.
But you gonna be held accountable for that shit.
Damn right.
That's why I wish. I wish they didn't fire his ass. I wish they like, oh nigga, you said that shit. Now you got to be the coach. Now you live on that shit.
And go up there and down on that hill every week with them reports because they were gonna ask you about football.
He gonna down. Boy, them players is gonna beat his ass.
I feel like when they resign and get out of jail free card, like, I'm done. Disappeared a month, nobody cared no more. Nah, you gonna be the coach for the next 10 years, and you got to live up to that shit.
I believe they should make get a black team.
Mine is don't let uncertainty disturb your conscious efforts. Basically, what that means is that a lot of times we let the unknown or things that are not even real, that don't exist, stop us from the conscious efforts that we have in motion. So say you want to open a business, or you want to start a real estate school, or you want to start a podcast, a clothing line. We let the uncertainty of the unknown disturb our entire conscious efforts, and we just kill that dream before it even comes into a physical form.
Be your biggest critic.
Exactly. So don't let the uncertainty disturb your conscious efforts. No matter what, those things that you think in your head are not real. Those things are not reality. Reality is what you do every day. And so if you make a conscious effort to go out and make this shit happen for your life, it's going to happen. That's reality.
I like that. And this is the conclusion of episode 87.
Rich Wayne.
87. We got 13 more this season. For the listeners that have been listening to us, when we fuck with y'all, for the new listeners, we love y'all. We welcome to this crazy ass podcast that we have, Dallas Most Dangerous Podcast. It's Ziggy's Song of the Week, but we want y'all to know. I know we keep saying this Swelly shit coming out soon, but it's really, really coming out soon. Now we got the shit, we got it packed up. B Will took some promo shots and shit, so we finna launch this shit. But this is the Ziggy Song of the Week. Shout out to my young nigga Tony B. I don't even shout out to the artist, but I actually know this nigga. And this nigga dyed his hair like blonde or some shit now. But shout out to my nigga Tony B. This is Ziggy Song of the Week.
That ain't her brother, my boy, and that ain't his sister, my girl.
Far away, anyhow. I'll travel to see you, baby, anywhere. For real. I mean that shit when I say it. When I'm old and alone and without strong bones, put my hands in the sky and feel the words of a song that I remember back in 10th grade, just rang from the dome about my demons out in battle before leaving my home. But I got you, somebody who gon' tell me the truth. Cause if I fuck up one time, then I'll be lost without you. Gotta up the price, gotta treat you right. Been in love before, they ain't it nice. I just wanna fuck today or tonight. In the morning, I'll be there by your side. Far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. I wanna fly you out to somewhere special. Anywhere. Put you in a hotel, skyscraper status, less stressful. Red wine with your fine ass, price tags, no design bags. White robe, when she take it off, it's a holy temple where I dine at. Can I trust you? Can we just not talk on the phone? Wanna fuck you so good that you can't leave me alone. Other hoes mad, niggas mad too. I ain't tryna brag, but shit, I got you. She say she ain't never been in love before. At least until she met a nigga like who? Love ain't lost, I think I found it and shit. If it was you the whole time, I'd be blinded and shit. So I found a way, anyhow, yeah. And shit got hard, baby. You can't pull my card, baby. You say you wanna make it, I say for what they saying. You got it all right now, oh, you got it all. Far away, anywhere, yeah. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, yeah, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Oh, far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, anywhere, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Far away, anywhere. I'll travel to you, baby, anywhere. Oh no.